agents. I want to talk to you a little bit about striking the right balance between providing great service to your clients, buyers and sellers, and where sometimes your effort, which I admire, starts to put you at risk for getting into trouble, meaning you're going out of the bounds of what you should be doing for your client and putting you and I at risk. So what I ask you to do is, read your purchase agreement, even if you haven't done it in years, read your listing contract, read your buyer's exclusive agency agreement. Those are really the items in there are list. A lot of those are what what you should be doing, helping negotiate inspections and helping them, find contractors and things. These things are all fine, but where it starts to get, where you can start to put yourself into danger is when you start getting into legal advice, tax ramifications, zoning and things like that. So these are things you really need to be careful, and you really need to have that conversation with your client that, hey, you need to go talk and consult your advisor. In fact, on the purchase, it's not on the listing contract, but in the purchase agreement, read this section here, consult your advisors. That you should review with your client, meaning you help them with the real estate transaction, but many of the other pieces of the real estate world are not in your purview. So for example, this is a minor one, but on the settlement statement, I always, I'll go over the commissions and I'll go over anything that shows up on the settlement statement that was addressed in the contract, the purchase agreement or counteroffers. But when it comes to, the settlement charges from the title company and things like that, I never answer those questions. I always tell my client, I'll answer these questions, but any of these fees, you need to talk. If you have a question, talk to the title company. I give them the title rep's name and contact information. Another call I got the other day is I had a client was asking me about zoning and helping a buyer, I think. And that's one that's the call that made me think about making this video. If you start giving your client your thoughts on zoning, and I can't remember whether it was potential or limitations, I can't really remember. And then 2 or 3 years later, your client, finds out that they made some decisions based on your thoughts that you shouldn't have really been giving. You're accountable for that, and I'm accountable for that. So yes, I think you can help, if they have a zoning question, get them the name. You can track down the name and contact at the zoning board or whatever that might be. But you definitely shouldn't be doing research and then sharing your research with your client. They need to do that themselves. They need to have the conversations or the emails with somebody at zoning, not you. And that, again, other common ones I want you to steer away from are legal questions that are outside of the contracts, and tax. I know a lot of first-time home buyers don't have, a bookkeeper or a CPA. Even then, they need to get these answers on their own, or at least verify them on their own. You can tell them, hey, this is what I found out, but I need you to go and verify that. I am not a CPA. I'm not an attorney. I'm not on the zoning board, whatever. Okay, I think I'm beating a dead horse. I think you get the message. I just want to keep us all out of trouble. So just keep that in mind and try to strike that balance of providing great service at the same time staying in your lane. Thanks, guys. Bye.